It's trial time, baby! As always in Danganronpa history, we have ourselves a double rip! The ultimate artist and ever devout follower of V3, Angie, and the man-hating Aikido master, Tenko. And it's up to me to find out who done it! But don't you worry your beautiful little faces, baby cakes. Officer Booty Lover is on this case. And I'm searching for that perfect score. Or at least a B-. A C would be terrible. A 2 would never forgive me! Hey everyone, Razzbowski here, and welcome back to Danganronpa V3, and oh baby! We are continuing on with the Trial 3 and finding out who has ripped these beautiful ladies. Personally, I still think it's the same person. Too many things don't add up. Either way, I'm hyped as hell to find out who it is. Guys, if you're hyped as well, then please hit that like button. It really is appreciated. Let's shoot for 2,000 beautiful likes. And you already know that deal, ladies and gentlemen. 2,000 beautiful likes will get you that bonus video on Saturday. And it's gonna be delicious. And if you're extra special spicy hype for today's video, then in the comment section below, type #HOPE. And we'll dive straight in, baby. Woo! Gotta have my eyes wide open to make sure I don't miss any clues. I probably also gotta be good at listening, but speak to anybody that knows me, I'm not a good listener. That's why I'm all alone. I don't mind going over Tenko's case, but that was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional?
So what are we talking about first?
So are you suspecting Kaito? Because Kaito was the one that or engineered the fact that we really need to be going over Tenko's thing. So is Tenko ripped by Kaito, or Angie ripped by Kaito? Because that's what we're getting at here. It could be Kaito because he does have a strong motive. They were the two people when we were investigating Angie's body. It was Kaito and Tenko were the two that I thought could have done it. So it looks like it's falling on Spaceman again.
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Sounds good to me.
Tancrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
Exactly.
Tancrotch!
Exactly. The people who attended the seance. Okay. Kibo wasn't one, Kaito wasn't one, Kibo wasn't one, so it has to be the top one.
That's it.
I had to do that really quickly, because that was a little unfair. Just give me a list.
Me, Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
Yep.
So those 4 are the culprits!
No, it wasn't any of us.
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
Yes.
Well, that's probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the 4 is really
Go on then.
Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
Somebody else I really suspect.
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes?
Yes.
If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
That's true.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
Oh, that's true. Good point. I forgot about that. She did say the middle room, didn't she? However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this. Very well. I shall begin the preparations at once. He got very excited there. I don't know.
Right.
And one thing I've always wondered about Kyo is he's got that, like, mask over his face and he's got a little zipper, but he doesn't open the zipper to speak properly, so when does he open it? And why is his voice not muffled?
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance.
Exactly, because we've got the evidence from next door and we've got the evidence from underneath the floorboards.
The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
A point of entry from outside. He must be referring to the hole in the floor. Where is it? Okay, the hole in the floor over in the back corner. Yes? Is it there? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, come on!
Oh no!
This is what happened last time. Just let me select the point. There we go.
There!
Oh, you're so picky, game. You're so picky. That's not fair.
You're talking about under the floor, right?
Huh? Under the floor?
Under the sea. No crustaceans here, baby.
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person could move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
Yep, easily.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
And it could be anyone.
Another suspect? Who?
Literally anyone.
It's appearing before me.
What is?
Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
You're gonna believe Kibo. Who? What? No! Non-stop debate? How's this gonna help? Okay, here we go. Right. The caged child, the loose floorboards, Kibo's flashlight
The culprit
function.
sneaked in during
Probably.
the seance
Probably this one.
by crawling under the floor.
Right, okay, I've got you.
But it was pitch black during the seance.
That's also true, but
How
the
could they even see if they were under the floor?
Oh, but Kibo.
Because it wasn't dark under the floor.
Oh, okay,
You
Kibo.
see, our villain had a light.
Well, we can agree with that.
Candle?
Nope, not candle,
I
Kibo.
mean Kibo's flashlight function.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Now, hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor
Could he
and
have?
sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I
Okay,
said, hold on a second.
right.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
I don't think it was him.
Hold on a second.
Wow, don't just Pikachu yourself out with this. You can't be electric shocking us. Not just now, anyway. Maybe for later in some sort of kinky game, but we need to prove that you're innocent first. It's true that with a little light you could have moved around under the floor, but is that possible?
The culprit sneaked in during
I don't
the
know. Hole in the
seance
corner, the caged child, loose
crawling
floorboard.
under the
I think it's something to do with the hole.
because it wasn't dark under the floor.
No, but there's a hole in the
You
corner.
see.
There. Shoot that. Nope. Shoot it again. Shoot it again. There we go. Woohoo, I missed the first time, but I just shot. I sprayed and prayed, baby. Sprayed and prayed. Okay, so they could have had light because the floor was
I
open.
don't think the culprit could have used a light while under the floor.
Because we would have seen the light from the corner.
There was a hole in the corner of the room. If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it.
Especially when it was all pitch black. I think they were under there from the very beginning.
But when we did the seance, the room was definitely pitch black.
So a light was not shined under the floor, which means you cannot claim I am the culprit.
Unless you were already down there.
Jeez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats.
That's true. He said he's as strong as a frail, weak old man. No, I'm not saying a weak old man as in the baby that was only been born for a week. I'm just talking about like a 69-year-old with dwindling muscle strength. 69. Besides, isn't it part of the law of robotics that when people create robots, or at least in fantasy and fiction, that they're not allowed to harm humans? Is that not part of the AI program in that film with Will Smith? AI, they broke that protocol? Something like that. Maybe he's broke the protocol. Are you a baddie?
My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
What's the point
All
here?
right, all right, you made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
Samesies.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Okay, what? Why is he flashing us?
Enough with the flashlight! It's way too bright!
Exactly, but it
would've
proves
been
he wasn't
difficult
under.
to move around under the floor in that pitch black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
No.
Why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny?
Exactly. I think that was the thunk.
Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from under floor.
Me too, Gonta. Me too, bright boy. Yes.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Oh, bless.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Oh, bless you.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that.
No, I don't think so.
That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
Which is a hint to the first trial again in the second game.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
Yeah, we didn't find any glowing paint this time.
The corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right?
Right.
If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit.
Yes, it will.
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however. Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
Okay, then what is it, Kyo?
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
I like that. I like that, buddy.
When? So not during seance?
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she?
That's true. So as soon as the lights went off, as soon as the dog statue was on top, in fact, as soon as the sheet was over the cage, they could have been ripped.
How could someone have gotten to her there?
Well, if she was underneath the whole time.
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
What? No. No.
That's not possible. She was alive at that point.
Exactly. As soon as the sheet went over, they could easily kill her because they'd be able to see what they're doing because the candle lights were still on. So they'd be able to see exactly where Tenko was. And then they've probably got time to escape. However, if we turn the lights off, maybe that's when we heard the thunk because they bashed into something. Thinking emoji. Did I just say emoji? This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Well, you never actually said a word ever again.
She was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles.
Oh,
But
okay.
when the light came back...
She was gone. She was gone by this point.
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
Yeah,
But
looks like
she was
it.
inside Cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
Underneath it, though.
And she wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
How?
A different time?
Yeah, how?
I know. You figure it out, heads.
Well, you can't just say pointless things like that. Oh, by the way, I think she came from space. It makes no sense. Don't say that.
Huh? Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory.
Okay, then.
Now hurry up and think!
No, you don't propose anything. You're just making a suggestion and shouting into the void.
If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start in your limp brains!
Come on! Don't say my brain is limp. My brain is very, very hard, thank you very much. It's brilliant and hard and erect. It's right, Marcus Stone, Iron Cage, White Sheet, Dog
When
Statue.
Tenko got killed,
Right?
it wasn't during the seance.
Okay, but when?
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time.
Yes, that's
She
true.
was dead when the cage was lifted.
Yes, that is also true.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
Could have been.
Like that.
What?
When
What?
Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast.
What?
So fast, no one saw.
Really?
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
What? No, stop that!
Obviously, Himiko is the culprit.
No, I don't think it was Himiko.
No, did it down!
What? Don't do this! Don't explode everywhere! This is in the middle of a courtroom! Would you please just put your this away? Just put your this away. Tenko not being killed during the seance? That might not be impossible, but there's no evidence for it.
When Tenko got killed,
Okay, hold up a second. The fact that the floorboard had come loose would easily mean that the person that ripped her was able to throw away the sickle, weren't they? They were able to easily throw away the sickle underneath the loose floorboard, so they could have done it. They could have easily done it. But when? When have they done it? During the white sheet stage. During the white sheet stage, Kyo could have done it, right? Because he could have hidden it under the sheet.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
I think it's here. Shoot that. Thank you very much. It was the white
wrong.
sheet. Okay, perfect. I think it was when the white sheet stage, which would immediately mean it was Kyo.
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted.
Because everybody could see that, but they could rip her when removing the white sheet because it was only Kyo that was present at the time. The rest of us we weren't in the darkness so much, but we were away.
Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it.
Oh, okay. I totally forgot about that bit of evidence, but yeah, sure.
That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted. If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
So it wasn't Himiko.
what? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
Oh, don't, please.
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
What? Why are you rebuttaling me? I know you're wanting to taste my sword, but please, let's not have this.
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
Okay. Why? Why?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
Literally, the only thing your brain is useful for right now is shutting the hell up, because you're really making a mincemeat of this. As always, you're messing this up. Stop it. Okay, here we go then. Here we go. What do we got? What are our options? Mark stone, loose floorboard, iron cage, sickle under the floor.
Tenko died after the seance.
How'd you know that?
Happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gaps of the cage.
No, they
And
didn't.
that clean white sheet got stained blood red.
No, it didn't.
But the weapon was a sickle.
Yeah,
Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
exactly.
The blade's all you need.
No, it's not.
If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
No, I think you need the loose
Sitting in there
floorboard.
with-
There has to be a hole in Mew's logic somewhere. All I have to do is find the evidence that will counter Mew's claims.
Blade's all you need.
Okay, no, it's not. Here it is. The marker stone. You need the marker stone.
Stick the blade through a gap in the cage.
Well, that's
it'd
fine.
Be long enough to reach Tenko.
Okay, yeah, but you need the marker stone to find out exactly
in
where
there
she
with her
is.
neck
There we
on
go.
the spot.
Smash that. There we go.
Cut
Boom.
through your words.
Boom. Marker stone. I knew the marker stone was for a reason.
Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage.
No, she was bending over.
She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone, and the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
So it has to come through the floorboards.
Then I messed up again? How could this happen? I am so embarrassed.
Don't worry about it, girl. We always mess up sometimes.
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Christmas.
Yeah, no worries.
Gonta, don't agree.
How embarrassing!
She loves to get embarrassed.
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
Has to be through the floorboards like we've been saying all along. Well, people just listen to me.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
Right.
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
No, it has to be from below the floor.
Yeah, for a living person.
Oh, don't start this again.
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
We don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Do you know what it was? It was Kaito's hair. Kaito's hair stabbed her, and that's why it's a nice sheeny purple color because it's got dyed.
Stop that now.
Yes, please. Come on, let's get back onto the subject.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Himiko, don't believe that crap.
Himiko?
Don't you either,
Why
Gunta.
did Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
It's exactly right.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Under the floor, it's
Well,
gotta be. It's gotta be.
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done
Wait,
that.
I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
What?
If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
And how the hell could they have got? I suppose they could have come through the gap, but the cage wasn't big enough, was it?
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I agree
noticed.
with Kaito.
What?
The culprit could have been inside the cage.
How? You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
Are you saying they moved the floorboard and they're standing up from underneath the thing? They're standing up and they're in the cage with her. Their whole body's not in there, just their upper half, their torso. The they she's referring to? Okay. Oh, okay. You're actually asking me to pick someone? He looks suspicious. Am I gonna blame Kyo? Wrong. Who could have killed Tenko inside the cage at any time? I don't know. I don't get you. You're really narrow-minded for a detective.
Damn it!
Everyone's staring at me. I screwed up. They think I'm a fraud. They think I'm a fraud. Oh, No way! No way! Could she have done it to herself, right? Could she have done it to herself? What? What was that?
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
No! Why would she do that? Why would she rip herself? Oh, no, 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 no. Don't make this depressing. Do not make this depressing.
Yeah? What did you say?
No way she did it to herself.
Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
She committed suicide.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas, that's how you fit the killer and the Rippy in the cage at the same time. He's the same person.
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out.
And then did she do Angie in?
She volunteered to be in the cage and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right?
Yeah, but one of the floorboards was moved, so she could have easily just picked it up.
If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
No.
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Well, no, because it could have
Perhaps that
fallen.
explains why the floorboard was removed.
Exactly.
After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Well, and to pick it up.
Yes. That makes sense to Gonta.
Although she could have had it on her person the whole time, but I don't know where she would have hit it because her skirt was very, very tiny, and I don't know where else she could have put it. Or tight jacket? Nah, I don't think so.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me.
Unless Himiko helped her. Himiko could have helped her at some point, right? No.
There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
There is if she did Angie in.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier.
What was that?
You know, about Tenko
Oh!
killing Angie.
That one, yeah. I kind of arrived at that one as well.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
Oh, don't make this. Hey, Angie, when did you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity.
No, she wasn't like that.
Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore. So she decided to end her own life.
Please say that's not what happened.
What?
Please tell me
But
that's...
if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
Exactly, why not just do it?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
But we would find out eventually, or otherwise we'd all go bye-bye. She would not do that and put Himiko at risk. She wouldn't, she just wouldn't. Even if Himiko spurred her advances, she would not put Himiko in the situation where she might be ripped. She just wouldn't.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
Don't be a snake. He looks like a snake. Don't be a snake.
Take us down?
No, that's not how it happened. I don't believe
She
it.
wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial. So she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her.
No.
Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
No.
What are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that.
That's what I think.
She told me.
Told you what? Well, she said to keep living, didn't she? Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Exactly.
What if all of that was just a lie?
Not everyone's like you.
A lie?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
I hope so. I hope so.
True terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Well, that's smart.
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets.
Good man.
What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
Hell
Who
yeah.
can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are?
Yeah?
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself.
Hell yeah, Cairo.
If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them.
Oh, okay.
That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Ha!
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
No, you're the one that started the training, boyo.
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
He didn't like that. He didn't like that.
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Hell yeah, believe in
Me
that.
too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
Neither can Paparas.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
But I think it's set up like that. I really do think it's set up that way. She won't have done it.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
Yes, yes. A proper reason.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Come on then.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki?
Okay.
If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
Hell yes, Yuichi. He's got himself a pair. I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Okay, what was that? What part of it was it? Okay, everyone, I'll see you after the seance. Okay, perfect. She said, see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was a suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that. And if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe. Yes? Make them all believe, baby. Okay, come on. Let's make them believe. My hands are getting very sweaty, Mom Spaghetti. Okay, here we go. Monokuma File 3, The Caged Child, Tenko's Last Moments. Actually, I need to quickly check the Monokuma file. I need the Monokuma file. The victim was stabbed in the back of her neck, resulting in death. No injuries were detected. Okay, so could she have done that to herself? Stabbed herself through the neck? I think somebody has done it from above, because her neck is down. Although they could have reached up with her arm and sliced it down, brought it down. I think it's somebody from under the ground. Okay, cool.
Explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person.
No, she's not that kind of person.
But if Tenko did commit suicide,
Right?
it would explain how she died during the seance.
Okay.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
No, I really don't think so.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor.
Oh, no, she couldn't have,
All
she
the
couldn't have.
pieces fit.
She couldn't have. She wouldn't have had the strength. Everyone thinks that Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching onto the easiest answer. To get out of this, I need to make them think their suicide theory won't work.
So far,
Okay.
suicide-
It's got to be the fact that the Monokuma file does it say that she died straight away? It was Maki that said that she would be ripped straight away. It wouldn't last long. Do I have to lie? Because usually when I have to persuade the people, it's usually because of a lie. Because everybody's focusing on the one thing. I usually lie and commit perjury to dissuade them from their current course of action. I don't know. Oh, it's definitely a lie. It's definitely a lie because Maki was telling us to. We told Maki to believe. Here, this one. Shoot it. Oh, I shot the wrong thing. No, I shot it wrong. Oh, come on. But I am right. It is that one there. But we told Maki to believe in us, so it's a lie. So she needs to trust us and go along with the lie.
Finally, with the
There we go.
last
I'm gonna
of her
shoot it like this.
strength.
Okay, here we go. No. Now. Shoot. There we go. V as well. V lie. Oh, baby. So I got it right the last time. I just didn't let it charge up. I forgot about the charging.
Tenko couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor.
Because she died immediately, then Maki will corroborate this evidence because Maki did say that she wouldn't have died necessarily straight away, didn't she?
Because she died instantly.
And then we need Maki to back us up because she's an assassin,
Instantly?
right? Maki, back us up. Back us up, baby. Back us up. Her death might have not been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. Okay, Maki, you need to back
I'm
us up
certain
here.
of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
Oh, perjury!
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Come on, Maki, roll.
Maki.
Maki!
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail.
Oh, baby!
Tenko died instantly.
Yes, my girl, yes!
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly.
I don't like Kyo's reaction to all this.
I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
He's lying again. Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Don't trigger her, don't trigger her, don't trigger her.
Excuse me?
Don't trigger her!
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary.
In fact, we should be thanking her.
Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Correct.
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Oh, she's so happy.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Exactly.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No, there must have been a way. We're gonna figure it out.
Hell
Did
yeah!
any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance?
Oh, me, Mr. Kibo! Me, Mr. Kibo! I heard a
If
noise!
you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
About halfway through, I heard a big bad noise. A thunk. Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there's something. Yeah, there was. I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery. I know what the clue is. Okay, here we go. Non-stop debate time. The cool-ass music's kicking in. Let's do this. Right, what we got? We've got the sound during the seance. Perfect, that's what we need.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance?
Yep. Something
There
did.
is something that bothers me.
Go on then, Kyo.
The fact that the seance failed.
Okay, well, that's
The
because she was
ritual
ripped.
was perfect, and yet it failed.
That's true, that is true.
Really strange.
Now that I think about it,
Yes.
while we were all singing the song,
Oh, this is it. We're going to agree with her.
I heard something fall.
Yep, there we go. Shoot that. Really?
I'm more concerned about how dark it got in there.
Oh, I missed it. That's why. Boom, baby. Agree. I consent with you, Maki girl. Show me one of your beautiful magic tricks. Give me a spice of life, variety,
Himiko,
vitality spell.
You think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
Yeah. And there was a bang. I thought it was a thunk the first time, but a bang will do this time. And the rest of the words just flow on in that beautiful
It sounded
melodious
like
song.
Something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. What could have fallen down?
It must be the plank of wood, right?
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
No, and we didn't find any traces of anything falling down either.
Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but
No, you're
The
right.
sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboard.
A floorboard hit the floorboards. A loud sound, like something hit the floorboards. Maybe that sound had something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark. What was the other thing that happened in the dark? What? What else happened in the dark? Bloody Kokichi, crosspiece under the floor. Oh, yes, this thing here. Papa failed again. Loose
This
floorboard.
is it.
Of course it's the loose. I literally said so many times it's the loose
I think
floorboard.
the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound.
Exactly, and why the hell did I go ahead and say the other thing? My mind is just terrible right now. I need to focus. I need to focus, Papa Raz. You're the ultimate detective, and right now you've just proven to be the ultimate schmuck. That is all.
That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
Right. I need to think
the
things.
floorboard have made such a loud sound though?
Yeah, it was heavy.
The sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That is true. There would have had to be a strong impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it possibly be?
All right, then, let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
What? 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 Right, okay, we gotta think. I think I've missed something there. Was I spacing out? Sound during the seance circle crosspiece under
So
the
what
floor.
made the floorboard come loose?
Oh, okay, yeah, it was
Judging
the
from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
crosspiece, was it not?
participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
No, I don't think
That
so.
wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Probably not.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
No.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Exactly, it was very heavy.
Hide under floor,
Right? Okay.
then stood up with such might.
No.
But we
No.
already said there was no one under the floor.
Okay.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
Can you stomp through the floorboard?
The
Wow!
board that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous.
Yes.
God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
No, you're
You
no.
hardly have any experience with balls to say that, Mew.
Don't be stupid. Don't you know me and balls are the best of friends?
What? This is not relevant! Can I just agree with that statement and have done with our filthy remarks? Later is the time for your filth. What would have made a strong enough impact to knock the floorboard loose? If I think about it, everyone's testimony and combine it with the facts.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
It's gotta be the crosspiece. It's gotta be the
Judging from the
crosspiece.
sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance.
Yeah, it's gotta be the crosspiece.
Tore off the floorboard.
No, not tore off the
That wouldn't
floorboard.
make such a loud crashing sound.
No, I could have been stomp.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
Maybe if they stomped
that
on it
statue
after
was
loosening
still on
it
top
with the
of the
crosspiece. Maybe that's what
Climbed
happened.
Underfloor. Then stood up with such might.
No, that's not it. How surreal.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Right, okay, so it must be stomp.
Someone must have stomped through the...
There, shoot that. Yes, agree. Oh, it was right.
I agree.
Okay, perfect. I'm agreeing with this son of a gun. I never thought I'd see the day, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so they weakened it.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
They weakened it from underneath, and because they were able to then stomp on it, because the floorboard's heavy, it would be easy to move then, and maybe they could reach down and grab the sickle from underneath.
But floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
Yes, but if they cut out a section, it would be easy to dislodge it.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Would there not be any
Someone?
shaving?
You mean the culprit, right?
But would there have not
Why'd
been
they do
any
that?
any wood underneath? Because they're going to say they saw it next. That's what they're going to do. They used a saw to cut the wood. But would there have not been any shavings, wood shavings underneath?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the crosspiece?
What did they stand to gain? That's the question. To solve this case, I need to think carefully about the crosspiece and the floorboard. Okay. So, Tenko's body was at one end of the loose floorboard. Okay. Oh, no way! Have they somehow attached the sickle to the cage? They smack the floorboard. She goes up from underneath, and then it goes through her neck? Is that what it is? And the crosspiece that had been cut was on the other end of the floorboard, so they would knock that down, it would raise Tenko's body, and she would hit the top of the cage where the sickle was. The unsupported part of the outside the cage so it could be stomped on. So they could stamp on it, and it would set off the trap in motion. Only one of the crosspieces was cut, the other one was intact. Oh, it so is, they've set a trap. One of them was right under Tenko, and the other one was in the center, right about where the edge of the cage was. I'm onto something, I'm totally onto something, I'm 100% onto something. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard, setting off a trap? Come on, think! Come on, right, okay. Oh, Hangman's Gambit, now it's just about getting the right words. They wanted to spring a trap, didn't they? What were they trying to do, a seesaw? Seesaw? It might be a seesaw. Let's have a look. Seesaw what though? Seesaw what? Come on. What is it? It's not a seesaw catapult. What is it? What happened when the loose board was stepped on? The seesaw effect. Okay, it's the seesaw effect. E-C-T. Boom! Seesaw effect, baby. Holy crap. That is genius. Whoever thought of this? I love these trials.
Right. The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
I don't know why it couldn't have just let us have seesaw, but the effect part, that's fine, right?
A seesaw?
Yeah, it's genius. I love it.
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off. The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage.
That means it's definitely someone that was in the room with us at the time. My prime suspects are Kyo and Himiko. I don't think it was I keep calling him Shuichi. Kokichi.
If you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece,
it would spring her up.
The next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever.
Which means my theory might still be correct, that underneath the dog there was somehow a sickle or a weapon, because I did say that ages ago, remember? But I think it was attached to the cage instead.
A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Because Kyo could have put it in somehow. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Body lifted up?
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
So you don't have to touch anything.
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that. Unless they used the sickle.
Yep.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick,
I've got to be attached to the cage.
the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
The floorboard seesaw, the cage, and the blood on the white fabric. What conclusion can I draw from this? There's only one place the sickle could have been that is consistent with the evidence. Where was the sickle? Next to the cage, on top of the cage, underneath the floorboard, between the victim and the floorboard? Really? What? Next to the cage, underneath the floorboard? But it couldn't have been underneath the floorboard, could it? Could it have been underneath the floorboard? I don't think so. Atop the cage. What? The top of the cage. It's got to be the top of the cage, right? Which is very...
That's
Is it... that's a very weird way of wording it.
Was at the top of the iron cage.
It was at
with
the top?
blade facing down.
Are you telling me it's on top of the cage with the blade through the hole? Or was it inside the cage but on top of it? It's a very weird way of wording that one. What way... Yeah,
The
so...
reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage.
Yeah, so it was... When was it put in, though?
Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it was on top of the statue, but it was poking through.
It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble.
Oh.
But the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
That is wild. That is absolutely wild. I was almost spot on
Once
before.
everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw,
It would go straight through the victim.
Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage.
Then who removed? But there was no hole. Oh, no, that's fine. But then it must have been Kyo. Because Kyo's the only person that could have put the blade there without noticing. Because if it was anybody else, Kyo would have noticed that there was a blade there when he took the sheet off. So it had to be Kyo.
She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
Oh, that's juicy.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouched position. But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
And she wouldn't notice it because she was crouching down facing the floor.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim.
It's genius when you think about it.
That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
Genius.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
Whack.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide.
How is that old-fashioned? What?
Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's crazy!
Exactly!
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know?
I agree there.
They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box.
And your boy likes to think outside the box.
culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
Wait, what?
Yeah?
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
You can't say that! Where's your evidence?
Why her?
Yeah, why her?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
No, I literally just told you that it could have been you.
The only one? Why's that?
Yeah, why is that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room.
Oh, that's true. She did agree to that.
That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this. Oh dear. That's not good. It's not looking
yeah.
good.
Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance.
This is not looking good.
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
He did mention it a lot.
Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it.
It's whack. I don't think it was Himiko.
Then she killed Tenko. All according to plan.
He's pushing. I don't like this.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
I don't think so.
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Oh, rip.
Wait! We don't know that, right?
Exactly, we don't.
He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Right.
Kill Tenko? I killed Tenko?
Himiko?
Did you?
What's wrong, Himiko?
Did you or did you not? It is true that using the middle room was Himiko's idea, but does that mean that Himiko really killed Tenko? Would something like that really happen? Something so cruel? Well, obviously, when we're getting to the crux of the argument, everybody's pointing their fingers at Himiko, and it's a class trial. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna end off here on that beautiful cliffhanger. You know the deal, ladies and gentlemen. 2,000 beautiful likes gives you that bonus video. And again, I apologize that these episodes might be slightly shorter than normal, but it's because of the bulk recording for the trip going away, etc., etc. But I'm sure you're all understanding, right? You're understanding for Papa. Oh, your boy knows you are. Guys, if you made it all the way to the end of this episode, put hashtag Himiko down in the comment section below, and we'll find out who done it in the next video. Oh, we won't find out who done it in the next video. We'll continue the class trial in the next video and listen to Himiko's defense. But either way, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I've been Razzbowski, you've been the beautiful Raspberries, as always, for watching, and I love each and every single one of you. Goodbye!